I still remember a few years ago coming across the idea of owning your money and being your own bank. I remember getting excited about that possibility, but even though I tried, that technology wasn't fully there yet. Well, now the story is different. As of July 2026, you can actually become your own bank and own your money thanks to DeFi. The setup is still not perfect. There are risks attached to it, like smart contract hacks that you don't have to worry about with a traditional bank. But in this video, I'll walk you through everything that you need to know to stay as safe as possible, along with some of the best options available today. If we haven't met yet, my name is Davis, founder of DeFi Orbit, the best portfolio manager for liquidity providers. Now, before we get started, two things that I want to clarify really quick. Number one, this video is not sponsored by any of the companies I'll mention. Everything here comes from my personal experience as of today. And two, this is not financial advice. This video is educational, and with that out of the way, let's get started. Before we jump in, let's break down what I would personally consider required to be truly bankless. On my day-to-day, I mainly use banks for the following things: holding fiat and making payments, high yield savings accounts, debit and credit cards, sending money to family abroad, and investing. I rely on a bank for access to all of that. Today, there are DeFi services that cover most of this, but not all of it yet. So I'll break it down category by category and share a few of the options that I have personally used. You can pick one or mix and match based on what you need. If you are in the United States, one of the biggest perks of traditional banking is FDIC insurance, which protects your deposits up to $250,000 per depositor. That is huge peace of mind, because if a fraudster gets access to your banking information, you can be fairly confident that your money won't be completely lost. Unfortunately, I haven't found a DeFi equivalent to that protection, but there are steps that you can take to protect your funds as much as possible. First, get a hardware wallet. There are plenty of options: Tangent, Ledger, Trezor, and others. Pick whichever one you feel the most comfortable with and set it up. A hardware wallet protects your funds by requiring physical approval before any transaction executes. As long as you keep your seed phrase offline and never save it digitally, you should be in good shape. From there, I will also recommend signing up with Safe. Safe is the most trusted multisig on Ethereum, securing over $60 billion. You can use it to store large amounts of money and require multiple signatures to approve transactions. It also works for stocks, NFTs, gold, or anything else that you consider valuable. Here's how it works. You sign up, create a multisig safe, and decide how many signatures are required to approve a transaction. You could assign your hardware wallet as one and a hot wallet as another signer, or even a family member if you prefer that. This increases your security dramatically, but the trade-off is that now every transaction requires all signers to approve it, which can get tedious over time. This is why it's better to use Safe for long-term storage rather than everyday spending. If you're on Solana, Squat does the exact same thing. And now that you got your wallet and your multisig set up, let's go over spending. When it comes to spending, I personally prefer credit cards over debit cards for their rewards and extra protection. But I know that that's not the case for everyone. So let's start with debit cards. The debit card ecosystem in DeFi is exploding. Some companies are processing over $600 million a month. That gives people almost anywhere in the world access to a debit card they can actually use. My personal favorite is Ether.fi. Ether.fi lets you save, spend, and grow your money, and it's the one that I have the most experience with right now. The product feels simple, almost underwhelming, but that may be actually the point here. Getting a card is easy. They do require KYC, but the process is not long or invasive. Once you're through the KYC, you can get your card. You can pay a fee to get a physical card or just add it to Apple Pay or Google Pay for everyday spending. From there, you choose how to spend. You can do direct pay or borrow mode. Direct pay lets you spend your USDC, USDT, or Liquid USD balance directly, the closest thing to a traditional debit card. You can only spend what you have. On the other hand, borrow mode lets you spend against your crypto without selling it. Think of it as a secure credit card. Your limit comes from your own deposit, and you can pay it off anytime with no minimum payments, just interest on what you borrow. As of today, the borrowing APY is 4%, which is very low compared to the average US credit card APY of 24.95%. Ether.fi also lets you earn interest on your deposits, up to 4.08% right now, which offsets your borrowing costs. Just keep in mind that the rate is variable, so today's 4.08% could look different tomorrow. One thing to note, you won't be able to spend the full amount of your deposit. Unstaked assets lets you access up to 90% of your deposit, and staked assets cap out around 80%. Ether.fi does a great job showing you exactly how much you have available. One thing I really like about Ether.fi is the 3% cashback on every transaction, whether you are in borrow mode or direct pay, which more than offsets what you will get from most credit cards rewards programs, minus the high interest rates. Ether.fi also offers multiple ways to earn interest on your assets, depending on your region and which assets you hold. I'm currently limited to earning up to 4.08% APY, but other regions can get as high as 7.23%. The best part about earning through Ether.fi is that those funds are usable for spending. But since this is DeFi, you're not just limited to one platform. You can also check out Aave, Morpho, Camino, Maple, or other lending and borrowing protocols for your assets. Just remember, lending through a smart contract carries real security risks, so always prioritize the most battle-tested protocols over the ones offering the highest APY. For bill payments, my favorite is Spritz. Spritz lets you on-ramp, off-ramp, and pay bills directly. Their off-ramping is usually very fast with a wide range of options: bank deposits, debit card deposits, and more. They also offer a debit card, but in my experience, Ether.fi's card has been the better product so far. What really stands out is their bill pay feature. You can use crypto to pay mortgages, credit cards, card loans, utilities, and much more. I haven't seen anyone else come close to what they offer here. Hey there, before we keep going with this video, I wanted to ask you for a favor. If you're liking this content, then please don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can reach more people and also notify you whenever new content comes up. Thank you for the support. Remittance matters a lot to me. It is how I send money to family overseas. For this, I use Morse Money, formerly Sling Money. It lets you send money in seconds to over 150 countries using USDC. Fees are mostly free, and where they do apply, they're reasonable. On top of that, you can receive bank transfers directly, which Ether.fi doesn't support as far as I know. Like other providers, Morse also offers a card, but I haven't tried it yet. As a side note, I love Morse Money for on-ramping. It is usually incredible fast and free. Now, let's get into where DeFi really shines. Investing. Let's start with stocks. Honestly, when it comes to stocks, I still use my traditional brokerage for most of that side of my portfolio. I don't want to disrupt my compounding by switching just yet. That said, over the past year, both the stock market and DeFi have evolved fast, opening opportunities that didn't exist before. You can now buy tokenized stocks through Ondo Finance, X Stocks, and now Robinhood. Decentralization makes this a lot more powerful. You can buy Nvidia stock, send it to your hardware wallet or save, and forget about it until you're ready to sell. You own it one-on-one, and in some cases, you'll even receive distribution, regardless of where you live or how old you are. To stay fully decentralized, you can also buy through DEXs like Uniswap or Jupiter without KYC, which opens up even more possibilities. If real estate interests you, my favorite platform is Lofty, a marketplace for buying fractional tokenized real estate. You can buy and sell your ownership in real time while collecting rent daily. Best part, it all lives in your wallets, so you can travel the world with it. And if you want to sell, easy. Want to buy more? Just as easy. Now, my favorite form of cash flowing investing in DeFi, liquidity providing. Every time someone makes a swap on a decentralized exchange, they pay a small fee. And that small fee goes to the liquidity providers who supply the capital that made the swap possible. One transaction might generate a few cents, but hundreds of thousands of transactions add up to real passive income real quick. Personally, I like opening positions so I can generate income, then use that income to pay down my Ether.fi balance, make purchases, or reinvest. I won't get into the how in this video, but if that's something that interests you to learn, check out our channel. We got plenty of content on exactly this. If you want exposure to gold, you can buy Tether Gold or Paxos Gold and store it in your safe or hardware wallet. It tracks the price of gold and you can start with as little as $1. We also have a full video on this if you want to dig deeper. By now, you have probably learned a lot. So, how do you track it all? That's where DeFi Orbit comes in. Whether you're running liquidity positions or holding assets across different wallets, we give you everything you need to make better decisions and grow your portfolio. For liquidity pools, we show you your real P&L, APR, impermanent loss, yield forecast, and much more. And for your broader portfolio, we show you your allocations, holding, historicals growth, asset prices, and every wallet you own all in one place. DeFi Orbit is currently invite only, but we're getting ready for a public launch, so make sure you join the waitlist. The link is below. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps us reach more people who need this information, and it will notify you whenever we drop new content. If you have any questions, then let us know in the comments. We would love to hear from you, and we have also added referral links below, which comes with some perks if you decide to try any of the platforms we mentioned. Thank you for your time and see you in the next one.